Good morning, Mr. Leo. Just wanted to thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I know that time is money and none of us have enough time or money. So, once again, thank you for meeting with me today and giving me the opportunity to build this deck for you. So, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this thing. I wanted to talk to you about a couple things, so I have them written down here. So, if you see me looking away, I'm just staying on track with the notes here. So, our expected completion date. The expected completion date for the original plans is June 30th. That puts us about 3 days prior to our hard deadline of July 3rd. I did receive the revised scope and I reviewed it, and it looks like if we did all the additions to the original plan, that'll push us out to about July 16th or 13 days past the original due date. The expected cost for the original plans is $9,963.48. That's just under the $10,000 budget limit you gave me at the beginning of the process. If we revise those plans, the cost will increase by $7,991.71 for a grand total of $17,955.19. Uh, since we're talking about it, the revised scope is to extend the deck size from 200 to 300 square feet, install Ozark paving stones at the bottom of the step area for an area of 150 square feet to basically build a grilling area, and to install gas and electric lines to the grill area. The actual grill will be your responsibility. We will not be installing the grill. Some other considerations would be to address the HOA, submit a new permit application. That's going to add 2 hours. We'll have to revise the county permit for an additional $60. Order additional materials. That's going to take another 2 hours. The added deck materials will take an additional 2 days for delivery, and the Ozark stone pavers will add a cost of $1,500 in materials and take 3 days to install. The installation, man hours, and labor is $1,200, and the grand total of that would be $2,700. Also, the paver stones will take about 30 days to arrive. This increases the site preparations by 8 hours. Additional ground prep will add 12 man hours. Electric work will cost $600 in labor, $70 in travel time, and $200 in materials. The final cleanup will take an additional 3 hours, and the new scope in total will add 82 man hours. The critical path, and I'm going to send a lot of this to you in email so that you'll actually have a visual on it. But when I send this to you, you're just going to open the product, select view, and then network diagram. And what you'll see there is basically a map of your project. And anything highlighted in red is considered a critical task. So your critical tasks are to initiate the project, that'd be day one. Then we'll collect the requirements, perform a site survey, we'll design the deck, we'll submit the architectural designs for approval, we'll also submit the permit applications. Once those are done, we'll move to the county permit. Once the county permit is received, we'll develop and submit the materials list. Materials will be delivered to the construction site. Once we receive those, we'll pour the concrete footers. The foundation will be constructed. The deck will be constructed after that. The corner gazebo will be constructed after that. And then the rails will be attached. After all that's done, we'll do our recycling, donations. We'll take care of all the dumpsters and all the waste material. We'll backfill all your low areas, construct your flower beds, replace the grass. And once all that's done, we'll perform a final cleanup. and finally turn the project over to you for final billing. For the original plans, that last step will be on the 30th of June. If we go with the new revised plans, we're looking at about the 16th of July. We do have a couple things that will allow us some slack time. There are two things in this project. The material delivery will take 2 days, that's slack time, and the Ozark paving stones will take 30 days for delivery. That is a long time for stones to be delivered. If the stones arrive early, we may be able to make up some time and get them installed a little sooner. But since we've been talking about the original plans and the revised plans, I'd like to touch upon something that's in the project agreement, and it is on page 42. I will also email this to you so that you can take a better look at it. I just wanted to touch on some of the important things if you wanted to change your project again. If the homeowner requests a change to the baselines, such as modifications to the design or accelerated completion schedule, he must submit a written request to the project manager. The request must detail the change. The project manager has 2 business days to provide a written response to the request. The response must specify any changes to the terms of the contract, including adjusted schedule or costs. The homeowner has an additional 2 business days to provide a written acceptance or rejection of the project manager's proposal. If the homeowner accepts the revised terms, the written acceptance serves as a contract and the baseline amendment, and the project proceeds according to the new terms. If the homeowner rejects the terms, the project continues according to the previous approved terms and baseline. All change requests and subsequent communications are maintained with the project files. If the project team requires a change to the baseline, such as change in materials due to availability, the project manager must submit a written proposal to the homeowner. A written proposal must detail the change, including the baseline element being modified. The homeowner has 2 business days to provide written acceptance or rejection of the project manager's proposal. If the homeowner accepts the revised terms, the written acceptance serves as a contract baseline amendment and the project proceeds according to the new terms. If the homeowner rejects the terms, the project manager may amend the proposal, but the project continues according to the previously approved terms and baseline. If a change request interrupts the project schedule, the project manager is entitled to halt the project while the change request is being negotiated. This ensures that the project does not proceed against the change request orders, which may require redoing elements of the project. And we definitely want to avoid that. Definitely do not want to waste time, money, man hours, materials, anything like that. So now that we've gotten through with that, some challenges that I see associated with our project here are time, budget, and scope, and we'll get into that right now. The time for the original plan will finish 3 days ahead of the deadline. This is a tight window, but will give some room for unforeseen delays, such as weather, delivery issues, or personnel issues. The new plan will push the project 13 days past the deadline at the very best estimate. If everything goes perfectly on schedule, the project will still be late. As far as budget, the original plans will come in under budget, and the new plans will be over budget by nearly $8,000. This is an ambitious plan and will add considerable value if the increased capital is available. If not, moving forward, we can discuss different materials or possibly breaking the project into 2 separate projects to allow for additional funding. So, with all that being said, I'd like to talk about the importance of the planning process. As discussed earlier, the original plan will put us in a tight window for completion, but it's entirely attainable. The new scope cannot be completed by July 3rd without considerable effort. Some options may be to complete the original project by the deadline and then continue the additional scope at a later date. Another option may be to get started sooner than originally planned. But moving forward, we can discuss some options to try to get you the best product available. And that's basically all I've got for today. And once again, I thank you for your time, and I thank you for the opportunity to build this deck for you. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I hope your weekend goes very well. Thanks very much.